The legal foundation of the United States is being dismantled from the inside. We are witnessing the collapse of a corrupt edifice as the public realization dawns. The current system has utterly failed its primary duty to protect human rights. The judiciary, the entire third branch of government, is no longer merely under scrutiny. It is under indictment for treason. This is not a matter of political debate, but a fundamental jurisdictional shift. The transition from maritime law to Republic constitutional common law is already underway, marking the end of a century-long legal deception. The reorganization of the seat of government is an accomplished legal fact. Donald Trump has transitioned the power of Washington, D.C. into Washington, D.A., shifting the status from the District of Columbia to the District of America. This move serves as the hard reset required to return the nation to the Republic constitutional common law of the land. This transition renders all previous maritime jurisdiction and its associated courts null, void, and unenforceable. The maritime codes that once governed the citizenry through statutes and contracts are now legal ghosts. For those who continue to enforce these voided laws, the shift is a trap. Enforcing maritime code over the common law of the land is an act of treason, a capital offense that leads directly to military intervention.
Executive Order 13818 means that all abusers, all human rights violators, all corruption, you were ordered to stand down, lay down your weapons, and walk away. You did not do it. So now, very shortly, you will start seeing tribunals. You will start seeing, in a very short time, public tribunals of these users and these usurpations and these abusers that did not follow constitutional law of the land. Donald Trump took the power from Washington, D.C. and made it Washington, D.A., which means he switched it from the District of Columbia to the District of America. Under Republic, constitutional, common law of the land, all maritime jurisdiction, all maritime courts, anything associated with it, was made null and void and unenforceable. Any of you still trying to enforce these maritime court laws are treason. You will be taken to military tribunal. You, upon a conviction, will be hung.
The American judiciary is legally paralyzed by its own treasonous actions. By accusing every single member of the judiciary, up to the Supreme Court, of treason, a permanent legal conflict has been established. Under the law, a judge cannot preside over a case in which they are a named party or have a personal interest. Because every judge stands accused, they are party to the case and are legally conflicted from hearing any proceedings. The civilian court system is frozen. It cannot try itself, and it cannot provide the fair hearing guaranteed to every citizen. This stalemate leaves only one remaining functional authority, the military. Executive Order 13818 serves as the legal tripwire that shifts jurisdiction from civilian to military hands. Designed to block the property of those involved in serious human rights violations and corruption, this order functioned as a final warning. Actors involved in the enforcement of corrupt, unlawful statute codes were given a direct order to stand down, lay down their weapons, and walk away. Those who refused to comply, the users, the usurpations, and the systemic abusers, have now forfeited their protections under civilian law. By failing to follow the constitutional law of the land, they have self-identified as targets for military justice. The era of the civilian courtroom is over for these entities. The era of the public military tribunal has begun.
I've accused every single member of the judiciary of treason. There's nothing that these people can do. If they try to bring me into a court, they can't because they're conflicted. They're party to the case. They can't hear me, and I have a right to a fair hearing. So the only other authority that's left is a military authority. These people are corrupt, they are evil, they are demons, and they care shit not of you. They want their control, and I have challenged it all the way up to the Supreme Court level. If they wish to challenge me, they cannot bring it into their corrupt court.
Any judge or magistrate who does not comply with his/her oath to the Constitution of the United States wars against that Constitution and engages in acts in violation of the supreme law of the land. The judge is engaged in acts of treason.
They're committing treason. Violating the Constitution isn't just a bad policy choice or an innocent mistake. As St. George Tucker explained, every time they do something the Constitution doesn't authorize, they're literally stealing power that was never supposed to be in their hands from the sovereignty or final authority of the people themselves. He said, every such act is an act of usurpation and treason against the sovereignty of the people.
The shift toward military tribunals and the Republic constitutional common law is the inevitable conclusion of a system that chose treason over its people. As maritime jurisdiction is swept away, the legal landscape is returning to a model of absolute constitutional accountability. The civilian systems are dead, paralyzed by their own corruption and conflicts of interest. The future of justice in America now rests in the hands of the military and the resolve of the people to reclaim their land. The question remains, as the gallows are prepared for those who betrayed their oaths, where will you stand in the new republic?
Because they are all party to a case. Now it's time to go kick their ass.